I asked Polemarchus, "So you believe justice is useful in peace, just like in war?" "Yes," he said. I said, "Like farming is useful for getting food, or shoemaking for shoes." "Exactly." "Then in peaceful times, what is justice useful for?" "For agreements, Socrates, for making contracts." "Do you mean partnerships?" I asked. "Yes, that's right." "But in a game of chess, is a just man or a skilled player a better partner?" "The skilled player," Polemarchus said. "And in building something, the builder is a better partner than a just man?" "Of course," he said. "So in what kind of partnership is a just man better than, say, a harp player?" "In one involving money." "But not in using the money, right? You wouldn't ask a just man how to buy a horse, but someone who knows horses." "Correct." "And to buy a ship, you'd ask a shipwright or sailor, not the just man." "True." "Then when is justice actually more useful than skill?" "When you want to store money safely." "So justice is useful when money is just sitting unused." "Exactly." I continued. "Then justice is only useful for storing a tool, like a pruning hook, but the vine dresser is needed when you want to use it." "Obviously," he said. "And for a shield or guitar, justice to store it, or musician to use it." "Yes." "So justice is useful when things are not being used, and useless when they are?" "That seems to follow," Polemarchus replied. "Then justice is not very useful, is it?" I asked. In this passage, Socrates skillfully exposes the absurdity of defining justice as a minor utility, something only helpful for guarding things not in use. This instrumental and passive view of justice contradicts biblical and patristic teaching, where justice is foundational to how we live and act in all things, especially in active service of others. What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God? Micah 6:8. Justice in Scripture is not about watching over unused things, but about acting rightly toward others. The Church Fathers repeatedly affirm this. St. John Chrysostom writes, "Justice consists not in outward observance, but in the inward disposition. It is the right order of the soul." Justice, then, is moral action, not passive preservation. Polemarchus's view is exposed as shallow, bordering on mockery. Socrates draws a distinction. Technical tasks like farming, sailing, music require technical skill, not moral virtue. In a way, that's true, but he pushes the conclusion too far that justice is less useful than any skill. From a Christian perspective, this is dangerously false and must be clarified, even if Socrates argues it in irony. Justice is not a rival to skill. It governs how all skills should be used. A skilled musician may play beautifully, but if he uses his gift to corrupt souls, he lacks justice. Though I speak with the tongues of men and angels, but have not love, I am nothing. 1 Corinthians 13:1. St. Augustine explains, "Justice is that virtue which gives to each what is due, but no man can give another what is due unless he himself is rightly ordered in love." All skills and professions need justice as their moral compass, not the other way around. Otherwise, medicine can kill, law can deceive, and power can oppress. The idea that justice is only useful when things are idle, when money is stored, or tools aren't used, is completely unbiblical. The Christian tradition insists that justice is always active. Let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Amos 5:24. Saint Moses the Black once said, to sit in your cell, and your cell will teach you everything. This cell is not about doing nothing. It is about confronting one's own heart and choosing righteousness every moment. Justice itself is not idle, but a daily interior struggle. If justice is dismissed as merely useful for storing things, then it becomes non essential. But for the Christian, justice is the central virtue, without which no other virtue stands, and is fulfilled through charity. St. Thomas Aquinas says, "Justice is the most excellent of virtues, for it belongs to it to order man in his relations with others. It is essential for families, governments, and the church. For righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people." Proverbs 14:34. Socrates is pushing Polemarchus into realizing that his view reduces justice to a mere triviality. Christianity goes the opposite way. Justice is one of the cardinal virtues, foundational to the life of faith, love, mercy, and community.